Next up, another groovy old school place in Newcastle is the Granger Market. Let's go over to this landmark right now. Now, this place is one of the few places in Newcastle that hasn't changed at all since I was a kid, right? It's exactly the same. The look, the shops that it has, it's exactly the same when I was a 3-year-old kid in Newcastle. Let's check out some of the places. So they've got a wide range of stuff here. They've got like butchers and like food places and fruit shops. It's a good budget place as well for students who are shopping for their groceries. So you don't need to go to any mainstream supermarkets. The Granger Market is a place to go to if you want your daily groceries. And also, they've got like an old school shoe shop right here. And one of my favorite shops in the Granger Market is actually the pizza shop, and it's a proper bargain. What, £2 for a £20 slice? Any student would love that. Oh, and also, even though I've lived here my whole life, sometimes even I still get lost in the Granger Market because it's like a massive maze. When I say lost, I mean finding the shop I want, because like there's just so many different shops. I just kind of struggle still to find the shop I want. Even the pizza place, I still need to figure out where it is. It really does feel like I'm in old school Newcastle, like back in the 1950s or something. It feels like I'm in classic old school Britain right here. So there's a good mixture of modern Newcastle and traditional old school Newcastle in the city. The best part is all the foods, the meat, the fruit and veg, it's all fresh. So no need to worry about that. Although it is closed on a Sunday, so just be wary of that. Like some of the shops in here, like we just walked past the weigh house before, like you literally just weigh yourself in a shop. And sometimes I think, like, does that even still exist in the 21st century anymore? But that's, like I said, old school Newcastle. Like, we like to keep our tradition in the city. Here we are right now, this groovy building here called the Central Arcade. This is another representation of old school Newcastle. Look at this stunning architecture, these arches. It makes me feel like I'm in a cathedral kind of thing. But in this Central Arcade, there's a bunch of fancy shops here. There's Cath Kidston on the right, and then there's JG Windows on the left, a designer clothes shop and a music shop. And sometimes I wish I could play a musical instrument like all these pianos and guitars that they sell, but in reality, I can't play a musical instrument. But for you guys who are music enthusiasts, then this place is going to be just for you. So now we're going to be walking over to Grey Street, which is right up ahead, so let's go. And here we are, this is Grey Street, and this street in Newcastle is often known for being quite lavish. Right behind me is the Theatre Royal. They've got different plays and theatre shows going on in here. I remember I watched Romeo and Juliet in there, and it's proper fancy. And if you go further down the street, you can see Harry's Bar and a bunch of other fancy and lavish bars in this street in Newcastle if you want to go more exquisite. And you can see Monument is still just there behind me. It's an infamous Monument Tower right there. Let's keep going down. And this is actually the wrap of this virtual tour of the city centre. So, see you next time.